All right, people, buckle up. We're taking a trip, but I'm not talking about a cruise down the coast. Forget what you think you know about noodles. We're going off the map, way off the beaten path to a place where the sky is huge and the flavors are even bigger. I'm talking about Inner Mongolia, my friends. This is a culinary safari, a real deal adventure for your taste buds. We're on a mission to uncover a dish that's straight up legendary. It's a bowl of beef noodle soup so righteous, so packed with history and heart, it'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about comfort food. We're diving headfirst into a world of nomadic traditions where food is more than just fuel, it's a story. It's about survival, celebration, and family. And right at the heart of it all is this killer bowl of beef noodles. This isn't some fancy, over-the-top dish from a five-star joint. No, sir. This is honest-to-goodness, rustic, soul-satisfying grub that has been feeding warriors and nomads for generations. First off, forget those flimsy, skinny noodles you get in a styrofoam cup. We're talking thick, chewy, hand-pulled noodles that have some serious bite. They're rustic and irregular, and that's what makes them righteous. Next up, the beef. Holy cow, the beef. This isn't some pre-sliced mystery meat. We're talking about chunks of high-quality beef, usually brisket or shank that come from cattle raised right there on the grasslands. This beef is simmered for hours upon hours until it's so tender it practically melts in your mouth. But the real magic, the soul of the whole operation, is the broth. It's built on a foundation of beef bones, simmered for an eternity to extract every last drop of collagen and flavor. But it's not just beefy, it's spiced in a way that's totally unique. We're talking a blend of aromatic spices that reflects the history of the Silk Road. Every legendary dish has an origin story, and this one is straight out of a history book. For centuries, the nomadic people of the steppes relied on a diet of meat and dairy. Wheat and noodles were not always part of the picture. But then came the Great Expansion, the era of the Mongol Empire. As they connected east and west, new ingredients and new ideas started flowing along the trade routes, like the famous Silk Road. This culinary cross-pollination was a game-changer for the Mongolian kitchen. All right, let's get into the kitchen because this is where the magic happens. It all starts with the bones. We're talking big, beautiful beef bones, marrow bones, knuckle bones, the good stuff. The chefs start by blanching the bones in boiling water for a few minutes. This is a crucial first step, a real pro move. Once the bones are clean, they go into a giant stock pot with cold water. They bring it to a simmer, never a rolling boil. A rolling boil will make your broth cloudy and greasy, and that's a one-way ticket to Dudsville. They let it simmer for hours, sometimes all day long. As it simmers, they skim off any foam or fat that rises to the top. Now for the flavor bomb, the spice pack. This is the secret weapon. While the bones are doing their thing, the chef creates a spice sachet. It's like a little tea bag of pure awesome. Inside, you'll find a symphony of aromatics. We're talking star anise, cloves, cinnamon bark, fennel seeds, bay leaves, and maybe some dried tangerine peel for a hint of citrusy brightness. And the real MVP, black cardamom. These are hand-pulled noodles, made fresh to order, and watching them being made is a show in itself. It all starts with a simple dough of high wheat flour, water, and a little bit of salt. But the secret ingredient is elbow grease, my friends. The dough is kneaded and kneaded, then rested, then kneaded some more until it's perfectly smooth and elastic. Once the dough is ready, the real performance begins. The noodle master takes a piece of dough and starts to work his magic. It's a dance of stretching, twisting, and pulling. He stretches the dough out, folds it over, and stretches it again. With each fold, the number of strands doubles. The dough slaps against the counter, making this rhythmic sound that's music to my ears, and then, boom! In a final, dramatic flourish, the noodles are separated and dropped straight into a pot of boiling water. I'll never forget the first time I had these noodles. I was in Hohhot, the capital of Inner Mongolia, on a mission to find the most legit local eats. I walked into this little unassuming joint. It wasn't fancy. It had plastic stools and a steamy kitchen you could see right from the counter. The air was thick with the smell of star anise and simmering beef. An old woman, the matriarch of the place, took my order with a smile, shouting it back to her son, who was the noodle master. The son, a guy who looked like he could wrestle a bear, was pulling noodles like a seasoned pro. Slap, stretch, fold, repeat. It was mesmerizing. Then the moment of truth. The woman brought over this massive bowl. It was steaming hot, the broth a deep, rich mahogany color. Floating on top were these generous slices of beef, a sprinkle of bright green cilantro, and a swirl of that fiery red chili oil. I took my first spoonful of the broth and bam! It was an explosion of flavor. I dug in with my chopsticks, grabbing a big clump of noodles and a piece of beef. The noodles were perfectly chewy, with a real, substantial bite. The combination of the rich broth, the hearty noodles, the melt-in-your-mouth beef, and the kick from the chili oil was just money. It was a flavor symphony. So the massive, steaming bowl arrives at your table. What now? First things first, take a moment to appreciate the art. Inhale that incredible aroma. Let the steam hit your face. A true pro move is to take a sip of the broth first, all by itself. This is how you pay respect to the hours of work that went into it. Now it's time to customize your masterpiece. On the table, you'll usually find a few condiments. There's almost always a jar of that wicked good chili oil. If you like it hot, spoon some of that in. The proper way to attack the bowl is with chopsticks in one hand and a spoon in the other. Use your chopsticks to grab a big cluster of noodles and some beef. As you lift the noodles to your mouth, it's not only acceptable to slurp, it's encouraged. Don't worry about making a little noise, it's a sign of enjoyment. This isn't a dish you eat slowly and politely. And when you're done, when the noodles and beef are gone, it's customary to lift the bowl to your lips and drink down the remaining broth. Waste not, want not, especially when the broth is this good. That's how you honor the bowl and leave Flavortown with a full belly and a happy soul. For more amazing food and drinks tips and recipes, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Tell us about your thoughts in the comment section. Check out our other videos for more culinary inspiration. We love you. Until next time, keep cooking, stay adventurous.